Hello everyone, this is Eric at Galloway Precision. We're going to do an install video with the LCP MAX. We're going to start our reduced power spring kit. So to start with this, we're going to make sure no magazine, no ammo, it's empty. We're going to pop all this stuff out. This gun doesn't have a rear sight because we actually just were checking optic plates on it. We just ran a batch. We check our optic plates about 100% so we know they fit good on a nominal slide. Alright, so on the LCP MAX you have one chassis pin, it's plastic, and that's it. You have the standard anchor pin. Most of these guns are all kind of set up for that aren't striker fired. When this comes out, we're just going to rock the chassis up at the front. There's like a little built-in hook that hooks it in. Alright. Okay, so just roll, pop that out. Kind of aim this away from you so that if it does go flying, hopefully it goes to the back of the bench. Alright. Oh, see, I almost made it off. One side of this is smaller, I will mention that too. They mold it that way so it'll start a little easier, okay? So take this, push up, see how it cams, and that stays at the back. There's your little groove. Put that in here. The LCP MAX, unlike the LCP, LCP2s, the sear is all integrated in the chassis, which is really nice. I'm going to take this loose, okay? The spring can stay or go flying, it doesn't really matter now, but be aware it can go flying. So I like to pop it out. Just set that stuff right there, right? On this side, I'm going to go ahead and take the trigger bar off, set it off, the trigger return spring. Now, at this point, we're going to take the hammer spring out, and we're going to take the trigger return spring out. To get the hammer spring out, we're just going to push this pin out of the back, the hammer pin itself, okay? That pops right out. You take the sear, and you see my thumb works the sear out of the way, and this will pull right out. Now to do this, you have a couple options. There's not really a right or a wrong way to do this. You'll see this is actually got a partial hole. I made a little punch. It's a half punch, and I can take and drive this out. The spring is only retained on this end, and this roll pin will come right out. When you go to do that, that's the ideal way. I know most people aren't going to have a custom punch for it, so you can take, this one's already had the spring swapped once, it's one of our test guns. But you can take and grab the leg with a pair of dikes and stretch this and just roll it right off, okay? The new spring will come in the kit, and you can spread it the same way and slide it right back on. Again, that'll save you the trouble of having to make a special punch. There's nothing wrong with that once it's tensioned. This is just an old maintenance trick. Maintenance guys don't like taking stuff apart either, so that's the easiest way to do that if you don't have to punch. Alright. Now to get this out, I do a lot of these. Taking the triggers apart can be a pain, especially on a stock trigger that has a goofy little metric pin they've gone to recently. So take your small flathead and you can just rake that pin and let gravity help you. Okay. It should pop out. Alright. Keep tension on it forward. See how it's popped out. Take our pair of tweezers, pull it out, okay? Now you're going to take our spring. Our spring's a darker color like this than the original silver or gray color. These are all chrome silica springs. We spent a lot of time with ISMI getting this balanced out so you don't have the reset issues that we saw with the other stuff on the market, or ignition issues. It just works exceptionally well. So once you get that pin out, this will fall out. You'll take the new one out of the kit, slide it in just like that, put your thumb over it. You're going to want it, you're looking at it at about 4 o'clock, right? If this doesn't line up good, just take your punch, wiggle it, take your pin, slide it in, and now you're seated, okay? That's all there is to it. We get our hammer pin. I'm going to take my sear, tension it forward, slide the hammer up and back, and you'll see that it'll line up. Drop that in there, and you're all set on that, okay? Actually, let's do this part first, because this is usually more difficult. Take your hook, put it in, roll everything to get that seated, because that's also your ejector. Put the bulb part of this spring at the back, and then just push down, and that'll seat, okay? Trigger bar in, counterclockwise, seated, okay? That's all ready. We're all set on that one, right? Now to reassemble everything. This is pretty nice because you just put the trigger in first like that. Sit this down in the back. It'll hook into that groove. Just push it down, right? It's seated. Take our 270 pick. You're all set there. That goes in. Assemble it just like normal. Alright, that's it. So there's several steps to that, but that's all the springs that go in it. It's pretty straightforward. You can always stop it, rewind, whatever you need to do. If I went a little faster, again, I do a lot of these, but that is the important steps as long as you got your tools laid out. As always, be safe, be accurate, and God bless.